everyone. I'm Nikki Mina. A lot of you knew that I used to have another podcast called Cultured with V's that is based off my travel blog. How because I was, traveling all over the world and I was like, "Oh, I should, record episodes about it because so many people would always ask me questions and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, tell us the tips, tell us the stories, like how to go, how it went." However, I should have started that podcast when I started traveling at 23, well, like full time, because I was living and teaching abroad in Thailand. So, like a lot of these moments, like they're amazing, but at the moment, like you think you can remember everything, but you can't. You're never gonna remember everything just as you would the day of or like the day after, maybe. And like over time, I always felt like, I mean, I did procrastinate, which is something I'm definitely working on. And it's something that I really am annoyed that I didn't consistently finish. However, I felt it in my heart for a long time to start this type of podcast. I just, made excuses for not starting. I either like didn't know what to do, I didn't know what to call it. I was so busy with life. I was professionally dancing for so many years. And like I just made excuses not to start it. It's just, sometimes, we all have these dreams, but then it's like kind of, we get that nervousness of, okay, well, maybe if we just don't start it, you can't fail, maybe in our subconscious. I don't know. Like, it's just like I've had a problem with procrastination my whole life. I've gotten so much better at it. I'm no longer that big procrastinator anymore. I told myself, like, I'm done. I think I just put too much on my plate. So, I really like had to give it all to God. I'm a Christian, and I have, I will talk about this later on. I found God and everything. I did not grow up religious. And, I was like, I just have to start this. Like, because I feel that so many people have told me about that they love hearing my stories. I have so many interesting topics to talk about. So I was like, inner child Nikki was like, oh wow, if so many people want this and it's something I want, like I should definitely go for it. You never know what could happen. So then here we are, and we're gonna be talking. It's definitely like a motivational podcast, but it's also a very informative podcast because I'm gonna get some really cool guests on here because I've always wondered like how does this person get to where they are? How does that person get there? Like how did these people do that? And some people love to gatekeep, or just some people don't have a platform to share their knowledge. So this is going to be your go-to place to get all the information you want. If you ever have some specific topic or someone you want me to record or a guest, maybe not the exact person because obviously I can't, as much as I would love to interview Elon Musk, like that's a big push, but maybe someone else in the tech world, etc. Like I'm not limiting the people I'm gonna have on here. I'm very open to an extent the people that I want on here. And I'm just really excited to finally get this going. And I've already reached out to some people and they've said yes. So I'm just really excited. And I wrote down a bunch of podcast episodes that I want to make. And I'm just really excited, and I'm so excited for you to get on this journey with me. So today's episode is about turning 30. I know us women, like, we freak out about turning 30 and, like, oh, we're not where we want to be in life. Like, we're too old, quote unquote. Like, I don't even know why, because 30 is still so young. Especially I feel like the time leading up to 30, you're especially freaking out. Like, I'm actually closer to 31 now than 29. And I thought of that the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I cannot believe that. Like, I felt like I just turned 30 and it's April and I turned 30 in June, end of June 30. Um, so today's episode is going to be about how to not freak out about turning 30 and being okay even if you're not where you thought you'd be in life. You know that social media trend where it's like plan A, house by 27, marriage by 25, kids by 30. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we plan our lives so much to this extent of what we want it to be, and I get it. I'm a huge dreamer. Like I'm always fantasizing in my head. I'm always dreaming, but I can't help it. Like my brain just never stops. And I ask some people, I'm like, does your brain think, are you like this too? And they're like, no. But you know what? It's okay. And I remember thinking about this before I turned 30 last summer. I was actually in LA because I was dancing professionally for the last 5 years. Now you could say I'm semi retired. God definitely spoke to me, and like I've taken a step back. And like it's totally okay. Like I've had a super great dance career. I'm so grateful for these last 5 years. But there's definitely just other things I want to do, and like it's totally okay about that, stopping things and choosing. And not because I'm 30 and I'm too old or whatnot, but it's just because I've really, like to be a pro dancer, like you have to give it your all. And I was like, okay, this is my priority for so long, but then so many other things took a step back. And I really realized like I don't want these other things to be a step back because it's just things I love. And I feel like when God puts something on your heart, like you really just gotta do it. So getting into how to not freak out before you're like that you're 30. So um when before you turn 30 you freak out, you start, you know like what's that word, you start like just contemplating your 20s a lot. You start just thinking about, oh my gosh, my youth is done. What about wrinkles? I'm not married yet. Like I don't have kids yet. I didn't haven't bought my own home, which mind you in this market, nowadays things are really hard. It's very expensive. And I'm actually a mortgage loan originator, so I definitely understand the pain. And I feel like you start getting so in your head about turning 30, and it's like it's not the end of the world. It's really not that big a deal. And a lot of people say like your 30s are so much better than your 20s. And I personally, I mean, I get it. I'm only 30, like, and 3/4. But I will say that 30 has been pretty good so far. And you know what? I am so much better than I was at 20, or for most of my 20s, because one, I'm not gonna lie, like I literally have stopped aging because of my family's genetics, but I take really good care of myself, so I'm not worried about looking in the mirror and being like, oh my gosh, I look old, quote unquote. And like I really do look in the mirror and I say, oh my gosh, am I really 30? Like there's just no way, you know? But I truly just forget. I'm around people of so many different ages. From as one of my closest friends is 23, and then I have friends who are literally in their 40s. So I feel like you really start to forget. And in your 30s, like I really hope that the rest of you are like me, that we have so much more confidence. We're so much happier in our skin. Honestly, a lot of us are like wine. We get better with age. Like I said earlier, I think I look better at 30 than I did at 20. I'm in way better shape. I'm so much healthier. you know I'm not partying all the time, which definitely led to me having bad like eating habits and obviously drinking habits, which is not good for your health or weight gain. And honestly, like if I could be the woman at 30, at like 20, in my 20s, my life would literally have been a totally different gone a totally different way, and I would be a totally different person. But I think everything's happens the way it's supposed to. I'm just grateful I figured this out by 30, because I meet so many women who are like in their 40s or 50s and they still haven't found that confidence. And I just can't imagine living so many years like not having that confidence. You know what I mean? Or just, being sure of ourselves, because I felt like I lived so much of my life so insecure and such a pushover, and I realized that I was so naive. Like I don't even want to say the word dumb, but like I was just so annoyed at myself for worrying so much about people think, all these things that now I've led this life that I never thought I would live. I've traveled the world a lot by myself. I've moved across the world many times. Like I lived in Thailand, Malaysia, Spain, Tulum, Las Vegas, LA, Miami. I went away for school at Florida State. And these are so many things that like little Nikki never thought she would have done. I made so many countless friends from just traveling that we still keep in touch. I actually talked to some of them yesterday, and it just made me so happy thinking. And I met them at 23, and it just makes me so happy thinking that like we've kept in touch. And I never would have met so many of these people if I just didn't take that leap of faith about it. And let me tell you, like, I'm not married, I don't have a boyfriend, and I don't have kids, and I haven't bought a house. And you know what, it's totally okay. Like, I don't know why everyone freaks out so much about it. Like, I have the best doggy in the world. I have amazing friends, amazing family, and I truly think this is all happens when it's supposed to. Like when I was 30, I was dating someone. It's someone who was a good person, not good for me. I will have another episode about that later on, but I needed that relationship to learn and grow and realize like what I want in life and what I don't want in life and what I would never put up with ever again. And when it comes to not freaking out, first of all, stop comparing yourself. First of all, social media is like a perfect highlight reel. Most people just post the best stuff that's happening to them. It's very unrealistic. And you know what, comparison truly is the thief of joy and the cancer for your soul. I think that once you compare yourself, you're not going to be happy because if you go and look that all your sorority sisters are like 55% of them all are married with kids, and you start thinking about, oh my gosh, why am I not married yet? Why am I not don't have kids? Why don't I have this house? Why am I not on my second child? Like why don't I drive this car? Like you can't do that because you will freak yourself out more. And let me tell you, like don't do that. Have I done that once or twice? Of course I have. But then I realized that I can't do that because I'm just gonna keep hurting myself. Because at the end of the day, like they're living their best life, and truly, like you need to change your mindset from okay, I don't have this, but I will have this, and have just gratitude for what you currently have, and just be happy for other people. Like I can truly say that I'm so happy for like all my sorority sisters out there, all my friends out there, or like colleagues out there, neighbors, whoever, that knowing that they are living like this amazing life, but that's on their plan. Like if you're a religious person, you know God's plan is perfect, his timing is perfect. And if you're not, well, you know, the universe will send you whatever it is at due timing, and we all have our own way. Like imagine if we all would just have get married out of college, have children, and by 30 you've done it, like you've done all these things all at the same time. Life would be so boring. You know, imagine if everyone was at the same level. It's like this is not communism. We're not all meant to be the same. That's just not how it works. I'm half Colombian, half Cuban, so obviously I'm very anti-communism. But that's a story for another day. Another way to not freak out is just enjoy this time of singleness. Honestly, like enjoy this time of singleness. Think about it. Like when you get married, when you have kids, you're never going to have that time, as much time alone as you do now. You are never going to be able to make decisions just based off what you want to do. You're never going to be able to just like if sit all day in front of the TV on a Saturday just because you want to. Think about it. Every decision you when you have a partnership and a children, a family, children, you're always going to have to worry about the unit, you and the other person, you and the other people, which is so beautiful. But that's just not everyone's plan right now. Like I think about it, I'm like, wow, I can just like go on a trip and visit my friends because I want to. I don't have to ask anyone. I don't have to tell anyone. I can just do it. And like it really is all about your perception change and your mindset change. And I really thought of that a few months ago, and I was like, I have it so good. Like I'm not lonely, I'm not sad, I'm just working on myself, I'm healing, which is leading into the other tip that I recommend for everyone. Heal. Heal, heal, heal. Honestly, sometimes if God or whoever you believe in hasn't sent you your person, it's because you're not ready. Honestly, like you're not ready. And maybe you think, oh, 30 is old, like why don't I have that? First of all, 30 is very young. Think about it. If we all live at least into like our late 70s, 80s, some people 90s, 30 is so young. And I know us women, we worry about the timeline and the like our eggs and the clock ticking, but like forget about that because look at all the women out there who are having healthy natural children in their late 30s or mid 30s. And let me tell you, yeah, may it be a little harder at times, maybe, but maybe not. I know so many people who have had kids in their late 30s, great pregnancies. I know women who've had kids at 25, horrible pregnancies. It's all in your body. Definitely get yourself checked, tested, all these things, and to double make sure that you know you're okay. But in the end of the day, like so you will be fine. Like my pastor, she just had her fourth baby after 8 years of infertility at 40 years old. My cousin, who is literally my pride and joy, and I love her so much, Her mom had her at 39. Um, I've had other friends who just had another baby, 37. Like, it's okay. And if you have to do it with IVF, that's the way you gotta do it. If you can do it naturally, even better. Or freeze your eggs. I've actually had a good amount of my girlfriends who were between the ages of like 29, 28, 30, 31, like freezing their eggs. And it made me start thinking, like, should I freeze my eggs? But that's a conversation I'll have with my gyno. Right now, I'm still not worried about it. I always had this feeling that I was gonna, like have a family later in life, like get married later in life. I always knew I was never going to be this girl like getting married right out of college or 25. Even before I got the travel bug, like it's just I don't know, it's just kind of something I always felt. And I'm totally okay with that. Like I'm fine dating younger, I'm fine dating older, I'm fine dating my age. Like I don't really think like you should put everything as such a strict criteria of what you want in your life. And leading into another tip I can give you guys, like don't plan your life out so much. Honestly, do not plan your life out so much. Because if it doesn't work out the way you want it, you're just gonna get so disappointed and so sad and think you're a failure, but you're not a failure. Because guess what? So many things happen when you least expect it, or sometimes things just don't work out. Like life is really hard. Life is not perfect. Like it's not you going to a store and being like, I want to buy a red shirt. So you go in, you're gonna find a red shirt. You find it, you buy it, and you leave. No, like life is just like so many curveballs, so many amazing, beautiful things, but also things out of our control. And wouldn't you rather wait patiently for the man of your dreams, or for that career, or for that house, for the car, or to raise a family when you're ready, either financially, emotionally, like I said a little earlier, like heal, go into therapy, use this time to work on yourself about what you really want in a man or a partner, because if you're just rushing all of these things, like you might end up settling. And I think settling is even worse than being alone, because I don't think you want to be into that percentage of divorced people. I don't. I think it's better just to patiently wait for all of this to happen and just enjoy your life. Like just enjoy your life while it's happening. Cuz if you think about it, like you spent so all these years worrying and stressing and being sad, and then you look back and you're like, those were actually great times and I wasted it instead of just being happy. Like I don't want to do that. I definitely don't want to do that. I mean, we've all had bad times. I mean, the like 2 weeks ago I definitely had like a little breakdown to my parents because I was just feeling really unhappy. I had to move back in with them because where I was living, like they knocked it down a lot quicker than we all thought, because they did tell me they were going to knock it down, but I thought it would be like months from now or a year. And instead, it happened like with way sooner. You know, like someone got hit me in a car accident and totally messed up my car. But I just don't want to get a new car until I find the car I want. Like, I was dating someone and what the man wasn't for me. And you know what? Like, it's totally fine. And I like don't want to rush because I always tell people this story of my dog Scrappy. Like he is my literal dog child, and I always like metaphorically compare this to like my future husband, or like why this career hasn't happened in a way I want, or other things. And it was like my family dog, she passed, poor Tiffany, R.I.P. When I was 16 years old. For years I begged my parents for a dog. I was like, please, please, let's get another dog. And they were like, no. And then we went away for school, so they were like, definitely no. And then I think after all the begging, I finally told my mom. I was like, please, mommy, can we please get a dog, please? They're having really good deals at the animal shelter. And out of nowhere she was like, okay, yeah. I was like, what? So when your mom says yes, like pedal to the metal, like you drive there immediately. And we were looking for dogs, looking all around, and I was just like, oh, this dog's cute. Oh, that dog's cute. But I was like, I feel like I haven't found the dog I love. I kind of wanted a girl dog at first because I was like, oh, I want to put bows in her hair. I want to do all these cute things. Because we've always had big family dogs, like very big dogs. And then my parents were like, okay, you can get a smaller dog. It's like 25 pounds or under. And I was so like obsessed with this one girl dog. She was so cute, but she had like something wrong with her tummy, like some health problems, and I'm just such a sucker for like her animals. And I'm gonna give this make this a little biblical, but sometimes your heavenly Father will, like, sometimes you will be distracted by something, but your heavenly Father is literally being like, no, look this way, but you're so busy at this other thing. That's what I think about how my mom goes, Nikki, oh my gosh, look at this super cute black and white dog right here. And so, heavenly Father, quote unquote, stirred me back to where I should be, and I pray that other doggy found a happy home. I think she did. And my mom was like, look at this dog, he's so cute, he's so happy. And I had already seen him come up to us, and I remember thinking, oh, he is so cute. But like I said, I was distracted by this little girl cutie right here. And then I look at him and I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, he's so cute. And then we told a worker, and he goes, oh no, the dog, he's like taken. And we're like, what? But it says available. They're like, no, it says taken. But my mom and I, we were like, this is the only dog we like. He just came up to us and he was so happy and smiling. And he just, like, I don't know, he was just like, when you just know, it's kind of like you just know. And then so we went to the lady, and she told us, no, this dog is not a, it's like, it's up for adoption, technically a foster, because he's only been at the shelter for 2 days. But once the foster is over, the week is over, he's all yours. Long story short, spoiler alert, yes, he's officially been ours for like 8 years, my little baby. And we took it home. So that's how I think about life, you know like future husband, the careers, everything. If you just like patiently wait for what's for you, or you try things out, but you're like, no, it's just not for me. You test the waters, make it work. Go to plan A, plan B, figure it out. Like, the right thing will come for you. Think about it. In a world with billions of people, you really think there isn't that one person for you? Like, career wise, yes, job hunting can be hard, but like, there always is a job out there for one of us. Always, 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 always. Even if you're an entrepreneur, like, I get it, it can be super hard, but you can make it work. Like, kids, like, you will have kids, all in the perfect timing, all in due timing, it will be for us. And like, you just can't freak out about it. Like, just patiently ignore. I mean, if you're at a girls' night, yes, complain, whine. It's venting. You sometimes you need to vent. Like, you really, really do. Definitely avoid complaining and whining in the long term, but venting is so important, because sometimes you just have to let it out to bring you a little peace. And sometimes maybe just sitting back and witnessing other people, or other people telling them about their lives or their stories, like, you will hear so many like inspirational stories of maybe people that were in your position, and then got their dream job, got their dream man, you know got their dream baby, like, after so many years of patience. Like, life truly is like a candle, I think. Like, it's a slow burn. It's not this just like spark fireworks all the time, like everything's gonna happen right now, right here, when you want it. Like, life, there's no genie. God is not a genie. Like, imagine if we all just said, gee, God, I wish this, and it happened. It's not like that. Is it hard sometimes? Yeah, because you're waiting a long time maybe for that positive pregnancy test. Maybe you're waiting for a man, like, and it just hasn't happened. Maybe you're just down that you don't get a career you want. But how many friends of yours or people out there have waited months and then get like the perfect job opportunity, or find their perfect man at the supermarket? Like, the test is positively, blue for a baby. Whatever it is, like, I think there's just so many things. And like, as women, especially, like, I mean, as men, I know you men freak out too. I'm not gearing it just to women. But, with men, like, you can have kids at any age. Like, age is not so, like, ageism is not really a thing for men. I think there is different expectations. For older men, yes, 100%, which is a lot of pressure for them. But for women, like, I feel like we have the pressure to be beautiful. We have the pressure to be young and like being compared a lot. But honestly, don't freak out. Just like enjoy your life. Like, even if you're not where you want to be, like, that's totally okay. Like, I'm not where I want to be, like, who knows where I'll be from a year from now. Hopefully in an even better place. But I just like it, once you change your mindset, your perception, and you try to live a glass half full life, like, it's gonna be great. Like, 30, has been pretty great. Like, I've learned so much. I grew so much. I've stepped so boldly in my faith and like career rise and all these things, and just really putting myself out there again and really looking forward to like all these different decisions. Well, like, I would be lying if I said that, man, like, I'm 30 and I don't get sad like at moments randomly of, man, I'm 30 and like I'm here and like I thought I'd be there. Or, but at the end of the day, I can't blame anyone but myself. That's it. Like, it's just myself. And frankly, I'm gonna look back this time and just laugh and be like, man, Nikki, you were wearing so much and like look where you are now. And I'm so patient. I'm so trusting in God's timing that my man will like come when he's ready. It's like mejor sola que mal acompañada. Better alone than with bad company. So like, I would rather be single until I find the right man. I will have a future episode of dating as a Christian woman and how interesting it's been. Let's just leave it at that. And how, you know, where was I going from there? And basically, I'm just so excited to have you guys all along with this journey. If you ever feel that like you're questioning things, feel free to DM me, comment in below, rate me, whatever you want, and I would definitely love to have a conversation with you, because there's nothing more annoying than that one friend. And yes, this is the last bit. Always tell that girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever to, or family member, to just honestly shut up. Yes, like that word, shut up, because they get so annoying. We all have that one friend who's like, "Oh my gosh, we're turning 30. We're so old. Oh my gosh, we're turning 30. We're so old." I'm like, "Girl, you may be old, but I'm not old. Like, we are still young. I feel super young. Like, I like have so much energy. Like, I take care of myself. I do not feel that." Or they'll be like, "Oh, we're old. We're 30. Like, we can't stay out late. We can't do that anymore." No, take that mindset out of your mind. If you have that mindset, then you might as well just be digging your gravestone already, because like, and jump in, because like, if you're already calling yourself old at 30, how many people at 50 wish they could be 30? You know, at 80 wish they could be 30. Like, 30 is so young. Like, I understand we all have this like perfect view of what 30 should be and have it all together and stuff. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, what is it? Oh, past 29 you can't have hopes, you can't have dreams, you have to settle. Like, definitely not. That is not the way life is intended, to just only dream in your 20s and do everything in your 20s and then stop. No. Will I say that yes, in your 20s, like, it can be kind of an excuse and be like, "Oh, she's 21, like, it's okay, I get it." Or like, they're 25, like, it's fine. You know, let's be real. We can all kind of use that excuse, but in reality, like, it's just an excuse. You really, like, if you're 25, like, get it together when you can. If you're 21, yes, if you want to have that crazy stage, which I don't like think you should have a crazy stage if you never have one, like, but at least like, we've all had times that, you know, like, I lived many different lifetimes in my 20s. You know, I had my party girl stage, my like insecurity stage, my traveling the world stage, my I want to dress this type of way stage, like, and then like my pro dance stage. Like, I've lived so many lifetimes in my 20s that like, I always knew, like, for me, for 30, I was like, okay, like, I want to settle down eventually, just because in a way you do need to have like a projected timeline in some way, maybe not super strict timeline, but I knew in my 30s, like, I would still keep learning and growing and maybe live another life in my 30s. But I did do know I want to settle down. But you know what, I don't feel that like, oh my gosh, I need to stop doing all these things, pursuing that, because it hasn't happened yet where I want in my 20s. I need to stop. Like, absolutely not. Like, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and it's just gonna keep going up. Like, that's what I tell people. Like, just let it keep going up. Cause 30, I don't even like saying 30s are the new 20s and 40s are the new 30s. But like, honestly, just enjoy your 30s. Like, we are still so young. We are still so amazing. We still have so much life left in us. We still have all this beautiful life left to live. That like, don't like don't waste it. Honestly, don't waste it. And that is a wrap for episode 1 about how to not freak out in your 30s. And anyone else out there, like, I was a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think I rambled a little, but I'm so happy just finally starting this. Like, before starting this, I'll be so honest with you. I was like kind of procrastinating, doing all these other tasks I needed to do, but I was like, no, I need to do it now. Like, and I was like, Nikki, just turn on that mic and just start talking, and it would just happen. Like, I do have certain points I will go through, but and like I feel good, and I'm just really happy for you all joining me. And please tell anybody and everybody you know about this podcast. Follow me on social media, TikTok and Instagram at the How, and just please leave me a review, share me, rate me, give me a constructive criticism. Like, I'm all about learning and growing. And if you have any ideas you want, let me know. And I just can't wait to see you. Bye. Ciao, everyone.